Okay, this is it. The last week of the road to exams. I can't quite believe we've done 24 of 24. And if you've been with me all the way for this, thank you very much. And I hope that the videos have been useful to remind you of different topics. And I hope the exams have been going well for you so far. If you are wanting a last bit of mechanics and stats revision, you can go to the recordings of my aiming for A-star sessions for mechanics and stats. They've been reduced in price to only £15 and should be pretty useful. So here we've got that a ball is being thrown from a point O in this projectiles question, which is 6 meters above horizontal ground. The ball is projected with speed u at an angle theta above the horizontal. We can see that in the diagram. There is a thin vertical post which is 4 meters high and 8 meters horizontally away from the vertical through O, as shown in figure 2. The ball passes just above the top of the post 2 seconds after projection, so we know when it gets to here, t is equal to 2. The ball is modelled as a particle. Well, it has to be modelled as a particle because if it was bigger than a particle, it might not go over the top of the post. It's probably going to hit it. So if they did ask modelling, which they don't here, I would probably criticise that. So we're going to try and show that tan theta is equal to 2.2. And I think I'm going to do this by knowing that I need to split this up into its two components. So this will be the u cos theta, and we will have the u sine theta. And we know that in 2 seconds, it gets to this part, which means that it has travelled 8 meters horizontally. And it started up here and it's going down here. It will have travelled 2 meters downwards in the vertical sense. So I'm going to consider the vertical motion first. Consider the vertical motion. Now you can decide which way you want to be positive or which way you want to be negative. I think because it is going from here and it is moving downwards, I'm going to take downwards as the positive direction, but you might do it a different way. So if downwards is the positive direction, it is displacing in the downwards direction from here to here. It's just moving 2 meters downwards, so s is 2. Of course, the acceleration is 9.8. The amount of time it takes to get there is 2. And the initial speed, well, it's actually u sine theta, but going upwards. So I'm going to write that down as minus u sine theta. So putting these things together using s equals ut plus a half at squared, s equals ut plus a half a, which is 4.9, times by t squared, which is 2 squared. So I'll put the 2u sine theta onto the left-hand side, and then I will do my 4.9 times 2 squared minus 2. So I shall do u sine theta. I'm going to do on my calculator 4.9 times 2 squared minus 2 divided by 2, and we get that that is equal to 8.8. So that was considering the vertical motion. We're now going to consider the horizontal motion. And we know for horizontal motion that there's no acceleration at all, okay? So we'll use the distance that it's travelling horizontally. I think it's travelling 8 meters in the horizontal. The time is 2 seconds, and the speed is u cos theta. So the distance is 8, the time is 2, and the speed is u cos theta. So distance equals speed multiplied by time. So this means that u cos theta is equal to 4. So I've now got this equation and this equation. If I do the top one divided by the bottom one, I get u sine theta divided by u cos theta, and I get 8.8 divided by 4. The u's cancel, sine over cos is tan, and 8.8 divided by 4 is 2.2. So I've now got that tan theta is 2.2 for those 5 marks. We're now going to just find out the value of u, and it's basically just finishing off solving these simultaneous equations, so I could find it from here, or whatever I want to do really. So I shall do, this is now for part B of the question, so let me just quickly switch and say that this is part B. So if tan theta is 2.2, I'm going to write down the value of theta, and I'll probably give quite a few decimal places for this, because I may need it later on in the question. The inverse tan of 2.2 in degrees mode is 65.5560. And I'm going to use either of these. It really doesn't matter if you want to use this one or this one. I'll probably use this u cos theta equals 4. So u will be 4 divided by the cos of 65.5 blah, blah, blah. And I've got that all on my calculator, so I'll do the cos of that answer. 4 divided by that answer, and that means that u is 9.666436. I may need that with some more decimal places later on, but I'll write that as 9.67 meters per second to 3 significant figures, which we always have to do 2 or 3 significant figures for this. It then says that the ball hits the ground t seconds after projection and find the value of t. So when we're talking about hitting the ground, I can't use the horizontal motion for this because I don't know what that distance is. I don't know this last part that we've got here. But I do know that in the vertical part, it's going from here to the ground. So the displacement is going to be 6 in the downwards. So we can just do another bit of Suvat for this question. So for part C, I'm going to consider the vertical motion. I'm going to take downwards as my positive direction so that the displacement is 6 downwards, okay? The displacement is 6 downwards. The acceleration is still 9.8 downwards. The amount of time is t, and the speed, u, well, it's going upwards to begin with of u sine theta, so it will be a negative u sine theta. That's going to be a negative u sine theta. And we actually know that u is 9.666. And sine theta will be the sine of the 65.556. 65.556. So I'm actually going to calculate that right now. I've got the 9.666 part of my calculator. I'll multiply that by the sine of 65.556. And we've got that it is 8.7999. 8.79999, like this. Okay? Oh, with a negative, of course. So connecting all of these things together, we'll use S equals ut plus a half AT squared. So S equals ut plus a half a t squared. Now I think this is one of these instances where we can just use the calculator solving in our specification. I think in the mark scheme for this, it's possible that they have it written where they get a method mark for doing this. But in mechanics, it's normally fine just to use the calculator to do the equation solving. So I'm going to go on my equation solver for a quadratic. I'll put 4.9 as the first part, minus 8.79999 and minus 6. And we get that t is equal to either 2.32 or negative 0.527, but it doesn't make sense to have a negative. So we're just going to write down 2.32, and that is obviously to 3 significant figures. Okay, the last part of the question, 5 marks for this. Immediately before the ball hits the ground, the direction of motion of the ball makes an angle alpha with the horizontal. Find alpha. So at this last stage, we know that it is still travelling across with u cos theta. That never changes in the horizontal. We just need to find out what that last speed is, which I've just called y here. I need to find out the speed, the vertical speed as it hits the ground. And then what I can do is use that to find out what alpha is equal to, alpha being that little angle that we've got there. So we're going to do another bit of Suvat. I'm still considering the vertical motion with downwards as my positive. I know for that journey, the displacement is 6 downwards from before. The acceleration is 9.8. I'm going to say that the initial speed is that minus 8.7999. And I'm wanting to find out what v is equal to. You could have used this t value if you wanted to and use a different formula. So this will be v squared equals u squared plus 2as. So that's going to be my minus 8.7999 squared plus 2 times 9.8 times 6. So that's what v squared will be equal to. Squared plus 2.2 times 9.8 times 6. So that's 195.03. And when I square root this, I get that it is 13.9656. In other words, we've now got that part of it as it's coming downwards is 13.9656. I'm going to just quickly find out what this value here is, which is going to be the u cos theta. Remember, for the horizontal motion, the u cos theta part won't change at all. So I'll use my values of u. I know what u cos theta is. U cos theta is 4. So actually I can just say that it's going to be 4. And oh look, 8.8. Why didn't I use that earlier on? I knew that u sine theta was 8.8. So this whole time I could have probably used that as just 8.8. You'll still end up with the same answers. Silly me, we knew that u sine theta. We knew, why do I keep rubbing it out? We knew that u sine theta was exactly equal to 8.8. So I didn't need to do all of that extra substitution, but we're not going to get anything different from this. So we're all good. Just showing you that sometimes we make silly mistakes with this stuff, but no, not even a mistake. So our last part is to find out the value of alpha. And so tan alpha is the opposite over the adjacent. So I shall do what I've got on my calculator. I'll divide it by 4. I will then do the inverse tan of that answer. And I get 74 degrees. Did it want it to the nearest degree? No. So I'll do it to 3 significant figures, which is 74.0 degrees to 3 significant figures. I wonder if you noticed that when I was wanting to do this u sine theta, this minus 8.8, obviously I knew it was there. I wonder if you spotted that before I did. But we've still got all the right answers, so I'm not worried about any mistakes that were actually made there. We've got the 2.2. We have the, where are we looking for here? Yeah, u was 9.7. We did have that. We had the 9.67 is how we had it rounded to 3 significant figures. We got the 2.32 and the 74 degrees for this as well. And that's it. That's the road to exams for the 2026 exam season. I hope it was useful seeing some of these questions from lots of different places as we went. And just wishing you the absolute best of luck for your last exams. And I'm sure it's going to go really, really well. Well done, guys.